Hey friends, it's really nice to see you again. Today we are talking about tattoos. So I'm just gonna ramble on about my tattoos and like the pain levels and the prices and all the other things that you need to know that I can't come up with right now. So I know tattoos aren't for everyone, and maybe a certain style of tattoo also isn't for everyone. So if you don't agree with what I got on my body, or that I got anything on my body at all, please just keep it to yourself, because these are the tools that I use to make me feel more comfortable in my body and as a way to make my body look more beautiful to me. So yeah, let's get started. I have 4 tattoos at this point. It's not that much. I am desperate to get more, but I just don't have the money or the courage right now. So yeah, we're sticking with 4. I'm getting so cold. So most of the tattoos that I have right now are really personal and have a really deep meaning for me. Not that I don't like tattoos that don't have too much meaning, but it just happened like this. But yeah, let's just start in chronological order with my first tattoo that I ever got. It's here on my lower forearm. It says "Come as you are" in Kurt Cobain's handwriting. So I got this together with my mom around 4.5 years ago, I want to say. My mom also really loves tattoos. My mom and I are both very big fans of Nirvana and Kurt Cobain. We used to listen to Nevermind in the car like when I was a kid, and then a few years later I saw this picture of like a set list that was written by Kurt Cobain, and "Come as you are" was on there, and it just looked nice. And we actually got it around the date of Kurt Cobain's passing, which wasn't planned at all. It was just like some kind of charity tattooing thing at our local tattoo shop. It's not like the best. It's faded quite a bit, but that we also gotta blame me for not taking proper care of it. And it also was done by an apprentice, so it's kind of like faded a bit more towards the end. This one was like 20 minutes of tattooing, and it was 75 euros. And how it works at this tattoo shop is that up until an hour, the tattoo costs 75 euros, which is just standard, the standard price. And like after that you pay another hourly rate. I can't really remember how much it hurt. It hurt a bit. I would maybe say like 5 out of 10 on the pain scale, but I'm not sure. I have pretty high pain tolerance. So I'm not sure, honestly. I kind of forgot, but it's like your forearm, as long as it's like here and not like really close to your wrist, it doesn't hurt too much. Oh, one little extra thingy. I got this when I was 15, which is legal here in the Netherlands. Basically, it's kind of a weird law. You can get a tattoo with parental permission from the moment you turn 12, and when you're 16 plus, you can just decide yourself and you don't need parental permission anymore. And then we go to the next tattoo, which is this one on my other lower forearm. This is a rose from the cover of an album by Depeche Mode, Violator. Once again, in the car we would always listen to this album and this band, and then when I grew up into my teen years, I kind of rediscovered it again, and it became one of my favorite albums. Just kind of got that like nostalgic vibe about it. I also wanted to get a tattoo on this arm because I used to not be so kind to myself, and it just felt like time to not cover it up, but to put something there that is beautiful over all the bad things that I've done to myself there. I always used to be very self-conscious about this lower forearm because I have a pretty big scar on my wrist, and this was kind of a way for me to get over that and to have something there that I'm proud of. And later I also remembered this quote by Melanie Martinez, another artist that I used to love in that phase of my life. We cut and kill flowers because we think that they're beautiful, and we cut and kill ourselves because we think that we aren't. And that kind of just stuck with me. So I got this one a year after this one. So this one is like 3.5 years old at this point. I got it in 2019. So this one was 100 euros, I believe, and it took quite long. Like the tattooing I think was about an hour, like the appointment around it was like another hour maybe, mostly because we couldn't get the position quite right, and also because I was scared because it was a type of pain on the lower forearm that I used to. But like the tattoo artist was really kind and really nice. If this was a 5, this would be like a 6 because it was just larger, and sometimes she had to go over the same place twice, which hurt like a bitch. And I don't know why, but I have this like luck with tattoo appointments. I always go to the same like tattoo parlor that's just here in my city. Every time I've been there for an appointment, I would like ask like, oh, just do as soon as possible, thinking it would be weeks ahead. And this one was like a week later, and then the one that I'm gonna be talking about next was like literally the next day. And then next up we are gonna go to these two, but I'm gonna be talking about them as if they're one because they got done at the same time, so I don't know individual like prices and stuff for these. So these are really fresh. I got them like 3 weeks ago. It's kind of sad because ever since I got my first tattoo, my plan was to get a new tattoo like on a yearly basis, like every year in April, and then the pandemic hit, and then I got a really bad anxiety disorder which made me too scared to go. So that's why it took a while to get more tattoos, but now that I got these, I just want to get more and more and more and more. So these have a lot of meaning to me, probably the most of everything. This is pretty hard for me to talk about, and I don't know, I'm kind of doubting whether I should like tell this at all. These two butterflies have a very significant meaning to me. I have been through a bunch of shit in my life. So basically these two butterflies stand for me and my inner child. And I actually wanted to get like a butterfly tattoo for a really long time, but I never really knew in what way, in what shape. One is black and one is white. Actually the black one is a bit larger, but you can't really see, and then the white one is a bit smaller. And like this one symbolizes me, like a grown-up me, and this one symbolizes my inner child. These goddamn butterflies took so long to tattoo. This man was like maybe spending like an hour or like 1.5 hours on just these two butterflies because they're in a very annoying position for him. And honestly, kudos to this guy for saying like, okay, I'll do it, because I'm a pretty skinny person, like, and my bones literally were in the way. Like my shoulder collarbone was like in the way of him tattooing. At some point he even like told me like, I've never had to work this long on a butterfly this small. In the end it turned out really, really nice. I really love it. This was kind of painful because it's like right on top of like bones. I think I would rate it like a 7.5. And then we go to this little text right here. Once again, this is very like significant to my trauma and my life up until this point. Once again, this is a music reference tattoo. I don't know, that's just what I like, I guess. Music is just very important to me. So it reads, I can die, but I can't break, which is a lyric from a song by Bring Me the Horizon. The song's called I Don't Know What to Say. Like 3 months ago on the train, I realized that I never really paid attention to the lyrics of this specific song. So I started like reading along with the lyrics on Spotify, and then this like little verse came along and it just hit me like a truck because it just felt so true to me. So this little like verse or like passage, I guess, goes, how a flower in the rain only grows more when it's gray, but you just shined on brighter, making gold out of the pain. I can die, but I can't break, you said. You can rule, I won't obey. Just something about that feels so real for everywhere I've been in my life and everything that I went through. This is just a reminder of my own strength and how much I have been able to survive. This thing was done in like 15-20 minutes max. This one kind of hurts a bit more just because it is right on top of the bone, and there's also just like a lot of nerves running there. It was really weird because he was tattooing me and I could kind of feel like, the shaking like in my bone, which was like the weirdest thing ever. And then at some points he was like right on top of a nerve, and the pain would literally just travel like all the way to like my arm and my finger. I guess I would give this like an 8.5. And these two together were like 100 euros, which is not expensive at all if you think about how long this guy took to tattoo these freaking butterflies. The whole appointment took like 2.5 hours, which is really long for something this size. But yeah, in the end, it came out very nice and I'm very, very happy with it. So yeah, this is it guys. I hope that I didn't miss anything. As always, I really hope that you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please leave a like and leave a comment if you want to. If you like me and you want to spend some more time together in the future, subscribe to the channel. I would absolutely love to have you here. And yeah, I will see you next week. Bye bye!